rebate. Install a Bryant high-efficiency gas furnace, too, and get another $150 rebate. Call Barker Heating and Air Conditioning at 594-2611.
Look what's on Live with Regis and Kathy Lee tomorrow morning at 9. At Wayne TV, we're making a difference you can see with Lee Kelso, Karen Hensel, and Sandy Thompson. Now, here's your first full look at the latest news, live on First at 5.
Picket, but it will have to be across the street in a small area. We are joined now by Robert Vagler. He is in charge of, or he is an attorney here who was sitting in on the case. What do you interpret by what the judge said?
Well, the judge was extremely straightforward. He said it's a simple decision, but it's very straightforward. Every party has to actually read this notice and is required to let everybody know what is going on, including the police department. But basically, it creates a zone of protection for the Women's Health Organization and the clients of the clinic that's 25 feet wide and goes all the way across the street. However, the demonstrators also are allowed to do First Amendment protected counseling. And as soon as a person doesn't want that counseling anymore, the demonstrators have to back off. So you've got a situation where the clinic got what it wanted. The injunction was granted, subject to criminal contempt and fine if they violate it. But the demonstrators also have their First Amendment right to counsel and try to encourage people not to go into the clinic.
Does this set precedents in Indiana?
Oh, yes. It sets precedent in Indiana, and it may very well set precedent in the 7th Circuit of the United States. However, the judge did cite a number of cases that gave similar protection to other health organizations throughout the United States. So by no means did he plow new ground totally.
All right. We appreciate you joining us. And again, the judge has granted the preliminary injunction. He is telling the people that he will hold them in contempt of court if they try to break any of the rules that he set down today. And I understand today from talking with the organizers of the Operation Rescue that they are planning a rescue May 17th, so that would be next Thursday. It'll be interesting, Lee and Karen.
What about reaction from the pro-life and pro-choice groups, Frank?
They are still in there. He is reading some different other statements to the people, trying to tell them exactly and trying to work out what they can and cannot do, helping answer any questions that they may have. There were a few times when the judge was speaking that people did have some reaction. He did say that he finds the situation to be violent because there was actually some pushing. Now, throughout this, the people involved in Operation Rescue have said that they have not been violent, that they have just been picketing. He says that it was violence because there was some pushing going on. So that drew kind of a laughter from the crowd. They were concerned about that issue.
Frank, I know you're not through chasing the story down. I assume you'll have a reaction from both sides tonight at 6, correct? Mm-hmm. Thank you. There are some other important decisions still up in the air today. Which names are going to be appearing on the ballot come November?
Polls open for today's primary at 6 a.m. And while fair weather is traditionally bringing good voter turnout, our Rhonda Pickett has learned voting machines have not been getting a real workout today.
And she joins us live now from a place where people have been out voting today. And I want to know, do election officials have any indication why the turnout has been so slight today, Rhonda?
Well, Lee, Karen, I've been at this location for about an hour now, and I've seen a pretty steady stream of people coming through. But all consensus is that it has been a pretty normal primary election here in Allen County. Things have been pretty slow. Now, part of that, I feel, is probably due to the fact that people are having to come in and declare whether they are a Democrat or a Republican. And a lot of people aren't ready to divulge that information as of right now. We've got a lot of older citizens who would like to remain confidential with their candidacy. So I think that has a lot to do with it. Also, the good weather may have something to do with it as well. A lot of people may be out there taking advantage of the good weather. They may be out there on the golf course or enjoying other outdoor activities as well. So those may be two reasons why the voter turnout has been low today.
Rhonda, any unexpected problems today?
Well, I understand that there were a few problems this morning with some of the voting machines. Being the first time that they've been used, some of them, they had a problem getting them hooked up. So some of the precincts were sort of delayed in getting started. Other than that, there was also a problem at the Park West Church out on Stellhorn Road. That polling place was not handicap accessible, which made it very difficult for wheelchair-bound residents or people on crutches or with canes to get to the voting machines themselves. The church itself was under construction, so a trailer had to be used instead. Now, the election board office told me that there was was not enough time involved to make the site handicap accessible. And to complicate matters, there were no paper ballots available either for people who could not get inside. But from what I understand, everyone did get an opportunity to vote.
Rhonda, thanks very much. She will continue to cover the election for us here on News 15. We'll have more, of course, tonight at 6 o'clock and then throughout the evening with a complete wrap-up tonight on News 15 Nightcast at 10.
Well, coming up on First at 5, a man is beaten to death over the weekend, but charges may not be filed. And a Wabash bookkeeper is caught keeping company money for himself. Those stories are coming up along with the news of a change in the weather.
And bad weather is not the only thing giving people down in the south some trouble today. Waterlogged residents are also running from a slimier foe. Stay with us.
More for less. More quality, more service, and more low prices. Save on Scott's fresh grade A chicken breast, just 89 cents a pound. Your satisfaction is guaranteed or double your money back. Regular and diet mug root beer, Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew, caffeine-free Pepsi, regular and diet Pepsi. Get 12 12-ounce cans for just $3.29. There's no doubt about it. You really do get more for less at Scott's.
Here at Comcast Cable, it's day number 1 of Cable Mania, the biggest cable television event ever to hit Fort Wayne. Call Comcast Cable now for less than $5. We'll have you installed before you go to sleep.
Wait, all appointments are filled, but you can still call now and get cable installed within 24 hours. Guaranteed, or your first month is free. Comcast has summer sports excitement with Major League Baseball on ESPN. You get all the teams on ESPN. For more action, the NHRA proves the Nashville network means more than just music.
Call now.
It's a beautiful car. You want to see it?
Cutlass Sierra.
I was sold on the car when I sat in it.
For a limited time, get $1,500 cash back from Olds. $600 for first-time buyers.
My test drive was like, when can I take it home?
Cutlass Sierra, just $11,170.
It turns heads in parking lots.
$11,170.
No complaints with my dealership.
Cutlass Sierra cash.
It's a beautiful car. You want to see it?
See your local Olds dealer today.
You know, when you got it right, you got it right. Whether you're talking about this, or whether you're talking about the one and only Diet Cola that does it for Ray, Diet Pepsi. You know, nothing tastes as good to me as Diet Pepsi. All right, now, who's the wise guy?
Diet Pepsi with 100% NutraSweet.
Now, that's the right one, baby.
Hope you enjoyed the weather today because things are changing tomorrow.
Yes,
right?
I hope everyone did get outside and enjoy, and will enjoy tonight yet what's left of the good weather. And you have a mother, Karen, you have a mother. Bad news. Mother's Day could be kind of wet, too. Yeah, we got 2 rounds headed our way. We'll talk about that. First, though, let's look around the area this evening. We have a few clouds streaming into Indiana right now, especially the southern part of the state. But this little batch right here that began to move in this afternoon worried a few people. They were afraid it might rain today. Well, there's nothing on our radar for this afternoon or for the evening hours. Instead, it looks like it will be at least tomorrow before anything arrives. A few little showers in Ohio and in Illinois and up here in Wisconsin. But other than that, Indiana is looking clear this evening, and I think we're going to have a very pleasant overnight before the weather change for tomorrow. Now, what this is all about, let's take a look at our satellite image, and I'll show you. We have a system that's headed our way, and it's slowed down just a little bit. This stationary front, of course, is continuing to bring those showers I mentioned in Wisconsin, and the tail end of it still bringing some snow to the upper elevations in the Rockies. In fact, about 8 inches has fallen overnight throughout portions of Colorado. So there's a bit of a punch to this system, and it is twofold. In fact, we've got the front part to get through and the back part to get through. Look at our radar, kind of illustrates what I'm talking about. This is the thin line right here of scattered showers that'll be moving through here tomorrow and on Thursday, and this is like round 2 that'll be moving on in here for the weekend. And at this point, that looks like it might be the most severe part of the system. In fact, the severe storms could, in fact, be on Sunday, on Mother's Day. Tomorrow, though, we've still got a bit of a cool down to deal with as well. Not too bad, just in the 70s here in Indiana. But look at this 60-degree weather back here just behind that front. Well, that's going to be headed our way as well. So what we had is 80-degree weather for the first couple of days of the week, and the sunshine will be fading. tonight, though. Do enjoy what's left of the night. Increasing clouds. Temperatures will be very mild in the mid-60s by around 8 o'clock. The overnight low dropping to about 58. And then for tomorrow, daytime high will reach around 77. And again, that's still about 10 above normal, so we won't complain about that. Showers and storms, though, will be moving in here. They'll be scattered, but they will be likely. And it looks like it'll probably be at least mid-afternoon, early evening before they arrive. So maybe we can squeak a little bit of outdoor work tomorrow morning yet.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Nice lunch hour.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sandy. An apparent beating by a profoundly retarded resident at the Fort Wayne Developmental Center has cost another retarded man his life. State police say 39-year-old Michael Kaufman died around 11:30 Sunday morning in Parkview Hospital. An autopsy indicates Kaufman suffered head injuries after being attacked in a bathroom. One official says the apparent attacker has a history of violent acts and was linked to the beating by witnesses and physical evidence. Police are not releasing the man's name at this time, pending charges that could be filed.
224 years is how much time a Wabash man could spend behind bars for getting caught with his hand in the company cookie jar. 31-year-old Daniel Kaufman pleading guilty to 27 counts of forgery and 1 count of corrupt business practice. He is accused of stealing $243,000 from the Killup Seed Company in Wabash by writing checks to his own bank accounts at a time while he was handling company books. Wabash County Prosecutor Al Plummer says Kaufman's pleading guilty to avoid 50 additional forgery charges. However, he says the plea agreement does not include any decision on what kind of sentence he'll get or whether he'll have to pay the money back. He faces up to 8 years in prison for each of those 28 counts. If I told you I know someone suffering from schizophrenia, what kind of images come to mind? Do you think you picture a bizarre person with multiple personalities or maybe a serial killer?
Well, actually, neither of those images are correct. And in a moment, you'll meet a young man who says we all could learn a thing or two about his disease.
Schizophrenic people can't help it. You know, and a lot of people don't understand. They'll look at you and laugh and they'll make fun of you, and it's not right.
A Big Ben is no has-been. It's clean, it's sturdy, it holds anything dirty. Put one on your commercial lot, and you'll see what big jaws it's got. And expertly dumped with nothing loose, Big Ben's one offer you cannot refuse. So if your needs are big, or you just want to kick the can, ask for Big Ben from your National Serval man.
It just makes sense to let your children know about important decisions.
Your parents told us about Trust 100.
So we prearranged our funerals, too.
So the kids don't have to worry about it.
Everything is in writing.
Trust 100 showed us how easy it is, and we chose exactly what I wanted.
What we wanted.
It was so simple.
Trust 100 prearrangement is offered exclusively by these family-owned funeral homes.
Trust 100 makes sense.
It's thoughtful.
Why'd we wait so long?
The Whitley Innovations Network presents the opening of the Lemberg Medical Pharmacy. At the Lemberg Medical Pharmacy, the pharmacist will take the time to provide prescription consultations, reviewing all home inventory of medicines. The pharmacy also offers one-stop convenience since it's located in the same building as several doctor's offices. And with its drive-up window, the pharmacy is perfect for the person on the go. The Lemberg Medical Pharmacy, the service-oriented, health-conscious pharmacy built to give the Columbia City area peace of mind.
This little scene is brought to you as a reminder. Mother's Day is coming, and your Walmart has hundreds of wonderful gift ideas for Mom, like this Gloria Vanderbilt sleep shirt in 6 beautiful colors for just $9.94, or Gloria Vanderbilt spray cologne for only $14.76. Something special for someone special from Walmart. Always the low price on the brands you trust.
There simply are few diseases as misunderstood as schizophrenia. Even though it's one of the most widespread forms of mental illness, it remains one of the most mysterious.
Schizophrenia is a disease of the brain which alters thought, impairs logic, and jumbles emotion. It can lead to paranoia and flood the patient's mind with wild thoughts and commands they perceive as reality.
In a moment, we're going to be talking live with an expert about a new drug that's offering a grasp at a normal life for some schizophrenics. But first, we want you to meet a 28-year-old Fort Wayne man who's 10 years into his struggle with schizophrenia. Schizophrenia affects about 1 in 100 Americans, and it started affecting Tim Wolf when he was in high school.
Tim abused drugs, and when he first began hearing voices inside his head, he thought the hallucinations were drug flashbacks.
It's just like talking, and like someone's there that's not there, and you just like, you know, like they might ask you, you know, what do you want to do? And then I would say, well, what do you want to do? You know, it'd just be like that.
Tim's illness led him to trouble with the law and eventually to an institution where he first learned he has schizophrenia.
Over time, the voices grew louder and took control of his behavior. Unable to escape the constant barrage of questions, insults, and orders from within his brain, Tim says at times he was out of control and even dangerous.
I just started fighting, started punching, and I would go, you know, I would go out away from the ward or something, and I would just start screaming, you know, and throwing fits and really losing my mind.
Today, Tim is back in control of his life and is doing well. He's taking a new drug called Clozaril. He still hears voices almost all day, every day, but the drug helps keep them from running his life.
It helps you able to fight back. It helps you to fight back, like when they start to cause trouble, the hallucinations, that you're able to cope with them better. You know, it helps you so that you know, don't listen to them and you know, do what they tell you to do, because if you do, you could get into a lot of trouble.
Tim is living on his own. He's holding down a job and is looking forward to the future. He's successfully fighting a disease few people understand.
Schizophrenic people can't help it. You know, and a lot of people don't understand. They'll look at you and laugh, and they'll make fun of you, and it's not right.
Tim was a little nervous about going public with his disease. It was a pretty brave thing for him to do.
Very courageous young man. Well, joining us live from the newsroom is Dr. Richard Bouchot, a doctor of pharmacy from Wayne State University and the Detroit Psychiatric Institute. Thanks for taking time out to join us. Now, Tim says the drug is working well for him. He still hears voices, but is able to control them. How is the drug that he's on, how is it different?
Well, I think this medication, Clozaril, offers a new hope to a number of schizophrenic patients and their families. This agent has been shown to be effective in schizophrenic patients where no other neuroleptics that we have on the market have been effective. It often affects some of the, what we call negative symptoms of schizophrenia, such as blunted affect, emotional withdrawal, social withdrawal, lack of spontaneity, apathetic behavior. And this medication has been shown to be very effective in causing these symptoms to be responsive.
It sure has turned Tim's life around, that's apparent. What about Tim and other patients like him? Is he going to be on this drug for forever, or is there a likelihood that it's going to help him and then he'll be able to stop taking medication?
Well, the likelihood is that the drug will continue to benefit Tim and others who are taking the medication. The important fact here is, though, when they go off the medication, the illness tends to reoccur. We're treating the illness, but we're not curing the illness.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Bouchot, thanks for joining us today. We wish we had a little more time with you, but if you'd like to hear more about what new methods are available to treat the mentally ill, what new drugs are likely to be on the market in the near future, you can hear from Dr. Bouchot tonight at 7 o'clock. That's at Park Center, and that meeting is sponsored by the Alliance for the Mentally Ill. Coming up on First at 5 still today, riding to school for some students has to be a struggle to stay out of trouble. We'll tell you why. Students are being escorted by the men in blue.
Also ahead, most 12-year-olds collect baseball cards, hang out at the mall, and play football. Well, imagine being 12 and about to enter med school. That story coming up next.
Cordy Paper Cash and Carry is the place to shop for your tableware and party supplies. From weddings to graduations, baby showers, or special holidays, Cordy Paper can help make graduations and other events a great one. There are many designs and patterns to choose from, which will brighten up all your parties and add to the fun. Don't let another holiday or special occasion go by without Cordy Paper. Cordy Paper Cash and Carry, 1825 West Main.
Here at Comcast Cable, it's day number 1 of Cable Mania, the biggest cable television event ever to hit Fort Wayne. Call Comcast Cable now for less than $5. We'll have you installed before you go to sleep.
Wait, all appointments are filled, but you can still call now and get cable installed within 24 hours. Guaranteed, or your first month is free. Comcast has summer sports excitement with Major League Baseball on ESPN. You get all the teams on ESPN. For more action, the NHRA proves the Nashville network means more than just music.
Call now.
Subway makes a BMT and it's my way. The BMT's got a spicy secret at Subway. It's got Dixon's crisp and cool as ice. But what's that secret? Slice to slice, that secret taste is just one place. Subway, my way. Subway.
Right now, buy a 6-inch BMT and 22-ounce drink for just $2.79.
This is me, Larry Raumer, before Nutrisystem. And this is me now. I lost 110 pounds, and I'm a whole lot happier. Before I lost my weight, I was a cube. I was like 53, 53, 53. When I first put on that size 34 pants, I was just shocked. I never thought I'd see a 34. Now I can even wear some of my son's clothing. It's a good feeling.
All the weight you can lose for $89. Offer does not include food. Some restrictions apply.
It is a sailor's worst nightmare, fire at sea. It happened this morning 80 miles off the coast of North Carolina aboard the USS Conningham. The Navy says 1 crewman is dead, 12 others injured. The fire broke out around 6 a.m. this morning as the crew of the 360 conducted routine operations. The cause of the blaze, which broke out in the engineering area, is still unknown.
It isn't fire, but floods residents in the south are worried about. The governor of Arkansas now has declared 29 counties flood disaster areas, and the waters are still rising in Texas and Arkansas. They've swamped homes and fields and forced hundreds to flee. One Red Cross worker says it's just impossible to tell how many homes have been lost because, in his words, we can't count underwater. Meanwhile, the floods are causing still more problems in the form of snake bites. The higher water climbs, more reptiles are being driven out of their nesting areas and into other people's homes.
Many students in the Fort Wayne area walk to school. Each day they get there safely because of a crossing guard waiting for them at the corner. Well, in New York City, it apparently takes more than a crossing guard to get the kids back and forth to school safely. Police officers have started riding with students on designated subway cars to protect them from being robbed or assaulted. It's a 2-month experiment involving 5 schools in Brooklyn. A student of another kind is making headlines. Imagine walking into a doctor's office, waiting patiently on the cold steel table, and a teenager walks in.
No ordinary teenager, that's your doctor, the youngest doctor in the nation. Stephen Powers reports there is a 12-year-old about to fill those shoes.
Washington Square Park, which also happens to be the campus for NYU. It has the usual mixture of students and professors and people just hanging out. But it also has something very unique. More specifically, someone very unique. His name is Bala Ambati. I just want to confirm this, Bala. How old are you?
12.
And what semester are you in?
I'm in the 2nd semester of my junior year.
Of your junior year. So you will be graduating in next year. And you will be 13.
Right.
And you hope to do what?
Become the youngest MD at the age of 17 and hopefully win the Nobel Prize.
An MD at the age of 17. For what reason?
It's a matter of personal satisfaction. You wouldn't consider asking Edmund Hillary why he wanted to climb Mount Everest, or the scientists at NASA why they sent the Hubble telescope into space. It's all just a matter of personal satisfaction, and each person has their own goal.
When he's not in class, Bala studies, plays basketball and chess. He's already authored a book with his brother, who's already in medical school. How old were you when you graduated?
14 years.
High school?
Yeah, high school.
14 years old,
Yeah.
So it runs in the family, is what
My father graduated by 12 and a half.
12 and a half from high school?
Yeah, my father.
So this is not a big deal for you?
This is the 3rd generation, I should say that.
My father told me this proverb once, suffer, enjoy now and suffer later, or struggle now and enjoy later. And education will last a lifetime, but Nintendo won't. I mean, that's all I can say.
At Charter Beacon Hospital, the doctors, nurses, therapists, program directors, and support staff
work together to provide personalized quality care to people with emotional and substance abuse problems. Our staff works with the patients and with their families to help them understand their problems and learn new ways of dealing with them. It's working together as a team of compassionate people that gives our patients the best chance for recovery.
If you or someone you know needs help, please call Charter Beacon Hospital.
Pretty Polly loves you pocket taco, made in a pita pocket, not in a shell. Ground beef and tomatoes, new pocket taco, 79 cents a Taco Bell. Sour cream and lettuce and cheddar cheese, salt pita pocket, Pretty Polly please. Get me 1, 2 when you place your order. Oh, Pretty Polly, make a run for the border.
Get $5 worth of coupons good at Musicland or Sam Goody when you buy a pocket taco.
This spring, celebrate Mother's Day or Graduation Day on the right note with a frozen cake from Dairy Queen. They've got a delicious taste that's sure to bring sweet music to that special day. Nobody makes a frozen birthday cake like Dairy Queen. You can even have one specially made. Dairy Queen frozen birthday cakes. We make birthdays happier.
We treat you right.
Hey, what's the Johnsonville Grill Team grilling today?
We're grilling Johnsonville Original Brats. We're grilling Johnsonville Beer and Bratwurst.
Who us? Pervert. We're grilling Beer City Grillers.
You've never tasted anything as good as Johnsonville Original Brats. Beer and Bratwurst or Beer City Grillers right off the grill. What a team. Grill some up today. You'll love them.
Grill them anytime.
Grill them anywhere.
Fire up the grill with Johnsonville.
We hope that by now you have cast your ballot in today's primary election.
But you know, it seems many voters have just decided to sit this one out. Joe and Ellen will have more tonight at 6.
Lee, Karen, voter apathy is running pretty high, and we'll talk with some experts to find out what has caused poor voter turnout.
In my family health report, I'll give you some Mother's Day gift ideas that are sure to be good for mom's mental and physical well-being.
And, of course, we'll start a full evening of election coverage.
Those stories and much more on News 15 at 6.
Thanks, guys. Karen and I are going to scoot out of here and try to get to the polls before they close.
That's right.
We'll hope that you'll see you again tomorrow at 5.
Bye-bye.
News 15 is your source for complete, accurate, up-to-date primary election results. Be sure to tune in all evening. Now, there's a world of difference on the CBS Evening News next.
Here at Comcast Cable, it's day number 1 of Cable Mania, the biggest cable television event ever to hit Fort Wayne. Call Comcast Cable now for less than $5. We'll have you installed before you go to sleep.
Wait, all appointments are filled, but you can still call now and get cable installed within 24 hours, guaranteed, or your first month is free. Comcast has summer sports excitement with Major League Baseball on ESPN. You get all the teams on ESPN. For more action, the NHRA proves the Nashville network means more than just music.
Call now.
They say the waffle cone sundae is so delicious, you want to eat all of it.
And you can, because the waffle cone sundae, now at Dairy Queen, starts with a crunchy waffle cone filled with creamy, smooth soft serve, covered with hot fudge, strawberry, butterscotch, or whatever, then topped with nuts.
Delicious, you bet. Eat all of it? I think the spoon could use a little work.
We treat you right.
Last night, we tried this hot new restaurant. For starters, I had a $7 shriveled up tomato.
It was sun-dried.
This one was either a miniature chicken or a large frog.
It was a squab.
The side dish was a magnolia.
Gardenia.
I asked for potato. I got a look. So tonight, it's a thick roast beef sandwich, accompanied by a smooth, mellow A&W cream soda. Nice centerpiece.
It's a salad.
Try an A&W cream soda, regular or diet. There's just more to it.
Watch and win your way to better golf on News 15 Tuesdays at 6 and 10.
The worst flood on the Arkansas River since 1927.